right, I got the Wolfman, Moffett, on the show now, who'll be fighting Bubba Jenkins next on June the 10th for PFL. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great, and I cannot wait for this fight. You and Bubba Jenkins, that sounds like fireworks, maybe fight of the night here, and the fight's right around the corner, man. Like, how you feeling?
Feeling great. I haven't been training for this specific fight, but I've been training for a fight since August, so it's been a long time coming. So I'm excited.
I know the last time PFL had their event, the fighters had to get there and quarantine for like what, 19 days or something crazy like
Yeah,
that.
something like 19, 17 days, I think. I don't know. It was luckily I think we're only doing 13 or 12 days or something like that. But honestly, like I had some things going on at home, and I was almost not going to be able to say yes to the fight because of the 17 days of quarantine. But luckily, they kind of shortened it up, and I was able to do this.
That's fantastic. Are you able to like elaborate on what was going on at home? Is it everything all right, or is that like more personal stuff?
Um, it's just some stuff that I want to. I'll talk about after the fight and stuff, but I wanted to keep with the fight in my head. But they're good things, nothing bad. But it
Right.
was just some stuff was going on, and you know, it was me and my girl were moving and a lot of things going on, but it was all good stuff. Nothing
Okay.
bad.
Well, that's good to hear. What have you been doing now that you've been there, quarantining, getting ready for this fight? I mean, I'm sure you got a lot of downtime. What has life been like for you?
It's been productive. When with the one day of like being in the hotel, well, we had like 1.5 days in the hotel room where I couldn't leave, and I was able to do my own little workout. I have like a set list of moves that I've been practicing just to get better, just in general. And then I made a little. I had some of my coaches tell me some stuff, and then I added my own little takes, and then so I have like a whole bunch of techniques that I just go through in my head, and I'll just shadow them. So I was able to get good workouts in, for that day and a half where I wasn't allowed to leave the room. But other than that, everything's smooth sailing now. I get to hang out, work out 2-3 times a day if I have to, and let's get ready for this fight.
What's the weight cut for you? Like to get down to featherweight? Is that a pretty easy cut for you?
It has gotten easier. It'll be a year and 10 months to the date since my last fight. Who's counting? But but it's been a while. And I've put on some weight, and not bad weight. I've gotten a lot stronger, more muscle mass and stuff. So this cut, I'm looking to get down to when I fought in other organizations. When I'd show up that week of or whatever, I would be maybe like 162, maybe a little bit heavier than that, like a pound or so, like that Tuesday. So I'm trying to be around that weight, you know, Saturday or Sunday, and then by then everything should just kick in, just water load and then do the cut. Should be easy.
Moving forward, like, have you ever considered maybe fighting at lightweight, or is that not something that makes sense to you? You'd rather just make that cut down to 45?
Oh no, I would love to fight at lightweight. I've been trying to fight. I was scheduled to fight November um, for a different organization, and then that kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. So I've been in a fight camp since August, and I've been trying to fight people short notice. I've said I'd fight at 55. And I joked with my manager, like, I'll fight at 170. Maybe if I was fighting somebody else who was like me and just showing up that week of and fighting at 170, maybe. But I would definitely fight at 55. But this is the opportunity that I got. And I got to take it.
How happy are you to be with PFL now? And did you sign a multi-fight deal? Can you just elaborate what that contractual situation is?
I read the contract not like super in depth because I kind of, they're a bigger organization, so I kind of trusted what I was signing, a little bit more. But as far as I know, it's just for this season. I didn't read too much details on it, as long as I do well, I think there could be more fights, but you never know with organizations, you could do good and then they could not have you fight again, it's up to them really. So as far as I know, I just have this one fight and then I get my points and I get enough points to get into the tournament and that's my shot right there. So that's what I'm shooting for.
How do you like that setup? Because obviously it's very different than from the UFC, for example. Are you excited about, just the ability to go in there and kind of like make your own way in this promotion?
Yeah, I think this is a really cool setup for like a fighter season. It's kind of like you have something to look forward to. It's kind of like you're the MMA Super Bowl. Let's say. So it's kind of cool that there's an organization out there that sets it up for a whole year. You go through your season and then you finish it off by crowning the champion. And I'm looking forward to that. I really want to be a part of that and go through that whole experience and win.
Yeah.
$1 million Bobby, baby.
No doubt. What would you do with that money if you won the $1 million?
Oh man. Well, first, me and my girl, we'd probably get a house or something. But I mean, the things that I would want to spend money on, I mean, I don't know. Probably like some cars or something. I was at the mall before I came out here, and I saw this little tiny car, and it's from some company called Electra Mechanica or something like that, and it's a solo car, and it only goes 100 miles. It's all electric, and it's like tiny. It looks like I could just like kind of deadlift it off the ground almost. Kind of reminded me of like a go-kart, and I told my girl, I was like, Yuli, when I get this $1 million, I'm buying that.
One of the things that I really wanted to ask you, I was surprised that the UFC moved on for you. It's not like you were getting finished, man. You were in there with tough guys. You went the distance with Bryce Mitchell. You had that split decision with Enrique Barzola. Can you just kind of elaborate a little bit more, like how surprised you were, if you were at all, that happened, and just what your mindset was like after that?
I was very surprised, honestly, but I can't blame him. I was a 4-fight contract, but I mean, I lost 2 fights, and technically now one of them's a no contest, which, I don't know. Somebody cries about something long enough, they just give it to them now these days, So, so I was really upset, honestly. It was hard, to kind of push past that because I worked so hard in my career to get to the point to really establish myself in a bigger organization, and then it felt like I had 3 good fights, I won one, and then I had 2 tough decisions, which depending on the judges that you have there, could have went either way, but I can't complain about that. If you go to the judges, it's up to them. It's my fault if I lose, so it was heartbreaking, to hit like my lowest low from that highest high that year before, like going on I don't know how many fights I had that year when I got into the UFC. It was like 5 or 6 or something like that to get into the UFC, and to end it with winning, and then I start the next year and then I lose 2, and then I'm out by like September or October. I got the call, and it was just it was heartbreaking. I didn't know what to do, honestly. I was like, I don't know anything else. I'm good at teaching and stuff like that. I like being a coach and stuff, but my real dream is to be the best fighter that I can be. So when I felt like I lost the opportunity to prove that, it was like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
But it's been a hard. I really like that it happened, honestly, when I look back at it, because the person who I was when I was fighting in the UFC and how I was looking at things, it's not the person that I should have been, you know. So I feel like things are a lot different now. And
Yeah.
I've grown since then. It's been, like I said, it's been a year and 10 months to the date when I fight this next dude. So it's going to be really good. I'm really excited to be this new and improved Wolfman.
For sure. You know, a lot of fighters that I've interviewed in the past too, like the goal is always, oh, I got to make it to the UFC. I got to make it to the UFC. But, you know, with the sport of MMA growing as fast as it is, there really are so many other phenomenal options. And you're in one of the top other promotions in the world right now. Are you going to be satisfied, like, if you never go back to the UFC? Like, if you accomplish what you want to accomplish here for PFL, or, you know, if you slide over to Bellator or whatever you do, are you going to be satisfied with what you accomplish in your career if you don't go back to the UFC?
No, I'm going to be satisfied when I win a world title and I prove to people that I am as good as I believe I am, you know, as good as I think I am in my head, you know. So when I go out there and I prove that to people, and people really take notice in who Bobby Moffett really is, you know, then that's when I could be satisfied, maybe. But I mean, I don't know, honestly. I haven't gotten that, you know. I've never been a world champion, so I don't know how it's going to be. You know, I feel like this is the year, you know, I get this kind of call, I get this opportunity. I think this is how things are supposed to go. This is how I see the career going for me, you know. I feel like this is the opportunity that I needed. And, you know, the only thing that I would ever feel if, let's say, I ended my career here with PFL, no contest against Chaz Skelly, dude. That of all the things, that thing pisses me off, you know, the most. Because I don't know. That just, like, I don't know. I could never lose a fight and then cry to a commission about it, you know? It's like, that shit pisses me off. So if my career ever ended in an organization that was not the UFC and I never got a chance to fight that dude again, that would be the one thing that was unsatisfying to me.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm going to get this world title, so I'll be pretty happy after that.
Yeah, I can imagine, and no doubt. Who knows? Maybe we will see you and Chaz match up again here in the future. One thing I did want to ask you before we talk about this matchup with Bubba is just your specific training partners that you normally are with in camp. Like, who are you typically like going at it with? You know, and sparring, prepping for fights.
I mean, so it really depends on, you know, who I'm fighting. At first, I thought I was gonna. At first, when I heard I was gonna fight for PFL, I thought I was gonna fight somebody else. So a little bit of my camp. From when I got the call, I was sparring with people who were a little different style, and then when I was told I was going to fight Bubba, then we switched up. I was sparring with some guys. Ray Waters is one of my sparring partners. Bryce Logan, one of the guys out here, Chance EK. He's a good body, good wrestler, good size too. So. We have really good training partners at Fight Ready. So when my opponent switched up, I was able to switch partners real easy.
And you know, Bubba Jenkins obviously coming off a monster win over Lance Palmer. I got to admit, I didn't see that coming, but it seems like, historically speaking, Bubba has Lance's number. He always seems to get the better of him, you know, wrestling and whatnot. Were you impressed by his performance? Like, what did you take from watching that fight?
You know, I thought it was like a good fight. It wasn't like crazy exciting or anything, but it was a good technical matchup with two wrestlers who were striking a little bit, you know. So it was a good fight. But I remember, so when I first watched the fight, I only got to see like the first 4 minutes of it because I was watching it on like ESPN Plus and I didn't have my TV provider connected to it, so I got to see like 4 minutes and then it was like out. But I remember hearing, you know, Bubba was saying like, "Oh, I've got his number," you know, and it seemed like he does, you know. Seems like he was kind of in Lance's head a little bit, you know. So and Lance backed up a lot in the fight too. So if you fight a wrestler and you back up the entire time, you're just going to give them space and let them do what they want to do, and Bubba's a really great wrestler. So I thought it was a good fight, but, I don't fight like Lance. So
How do you see this fight going? Like stylistically, do you see this on the feet, or do you feel like you're going to be wrestling him, maybe working your jiu-jitsu game on the ground? Like, what do you feel like is going to happen come fight night?
well, he's a really good wrestler, and for me to say that I would stop all of his takedowns would be, I think that would kind of be dumb, So I know the fight's going to go to the ground. I'm completely comfortable there. Obviously, I have a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and I know what to do when I'm on my back or on my side or whatever position we're going to get to. I know how to get back up. I know how to attack them. So I'm prepared for this fight to be grimy. I think we're going to grind each other in there, and I think I'm going to end up finishing him second or third round. I honestly have to finish him for me to get into the tournament. All these great fighters out here, these guys already have points accumulated. I'm coming in here. I have one shot really to get into this tournament. I need to finish him, So I see this fight. I see the first round being really hard, and I think it's going to be a high pace. I think we're going to strike a little bit. I think he's going to be feeling really confident after that Bubba Jenkins, after that Lance Palmer fight, So he's going to be kind of riding his own high. He beat the 2-time PFL featherweight champion, never lost in PFL. He's really feeling himself, So that's good. I mean, you should be, but you've got somebody else in front of you now, So I think the fight's going to be, obviously we start on the feet, I think he's going to be feeling himself a little bit. I think he's going to, strike a little bit. And then once he sees that that's not going anywhere for him, he's going to be shooting and stuff. And I'm not going to say he won't get a takedown, but, I think that first round is really going to be a high pace. And then I'm going to put it on him second and third round and I'm going to get the finish.
Can't wait for this one, man. Bobby the Wolfman Moffett, Bubba Jenkins, June 10th. It is going down. Again, I really feel like it could be fight of the night, but who knows, man? Maybe you will get a finish there and slide yourself right into that tournament, which is I know what you want. Before I let you go, my friend, I want to give you the floor. Tell people where to follow you on social media, and if you have anyone that you want to thank, the floor is yours.
All right. Well, just follow me at on Instagram, Bobby_the Wolfman, WLFMN. I don't know what happened to my Twitter. I think it got deleted, so don't go there. And just thanks to Fight Ready and Chance and AJ and Shaman and Diego Braga, who are out here right now. Shaman's fighting next week too, but I'm working with these guys and Santino, my coaches, Alan, Eddie, and Jason House for getting me this fight. I mean, and my girl. Thank you for letting me go. So thank you, Yuli, and ready to put on a show next week.